The major design goals that we wanted to work with was customizing the gameplay for the player. What we wanted to make sure that we focused on was the player being in control of their own experience. So you can go in and you create your player, if you will. You can go in and select specific faces, specific classes. If you want to be a marksman, you like sniping, you can choose that as your default class. You can choose any class on the fly, so if in between matches you don't like the class you have, you can switch it really quickly. For the people that like Xbox Live, we wanted to give them a true multiplayer next-gen experience. For example, you'll be able to go in, and we support 16 players in multiplayer, which is going to be big on Xbox Live. Our maps are huge, so they're designed for a lot of people to play. You can go in and you can set a default kit that you like, but you're not stuck in that kit. For each class, there's a benefit for being a marksman and choosing sniper weapons, but you can also choose rifleman weapons. You can pick up whatever weapons on the ground, so you'll be able to go in and you'll be able to set 15 some odd features. If you don't want night vision, if you don't want the cross-comm, if you don't want drones, if you don't want respawns, if you don't like the way a certain game type's set up, the way we set it up, you can go in and change it to the way you like it set up, save it off as a custom game type, and go that route. We've tried to make the maps that the people play on, we've tried to give them a variety of environments. We've done a lot with the HDR lighting, we've done a lot with weather effects. So every map that we have is different. So there'll be some maps where you have rain and thunder and lightning, and the sound will basically pull you into the environment. So on the map, on dry dock where it's raining, it's lightning, there's water pooling on the ground, there's water running off containers, you're going to feel really immersed in that environment. So what we've tried to do is just make it not only the areas as diverse as possible, but make them look as pretty as possible so that when you're in that environment, you really buy that you're in that environment. In multiplayer, we are supporting 720p, although you can play at 40i and 1080i, and we are widescreen. So on a nice 50-inch DLP, it's going to be awesome. All of our sound is surround sound. So basically, we have environments that take advantage of that. So like on dry dock, if all the sound's spatialized, so we have big tubes and containers that you can enter, and you'll go into them. And as you go into the area, the rain will start to dissipate in the back the further you go through it, and the closer you get to the exit, the rain will get louder in front of you. If people are running around on the dry dock, you can hear them, so you can track them with your ears as opposed to with your eyes, because it's really hard to see on that map if you don't have night vision on. So it just gives you an added advantage if you can hear where people are coming from. Graphically, it's next gen. As far as the information that we give to the player while they're in game, is next gen. Not only do we offer it, but we also allow you to detract from it. So if there are things that you don't like, you'll be able to pull away from it and get the UI to a point to where you're comfortable with it. But at the same time, giving you as much information as we can, either through the intel map or through on-screen cues. Your friends will have obvious on-screen indicators to let you know they're on your team, they're working for you. We're next gen with the drones and the cross-comm. Just the information feedback that kind of technology gives you a tactical advantage over your teammates that might not either use it, not know how to use it, or not use it effectively. Basically, you'll be able to use the drone. The drone's an unmanned aerial aircraft with a camera that flies above the game area and shows a top-down view via the cross-comm, which is just a little screen in your monocle, where you can give it orders. You can tell it to go here, go there. And basically what will happen is it'll fly overhead, and when there are enemies in view, you'll see them in the camera of the drone, but also in the real world they'll come across as diamonds. So you'll know exactly, you'll not only be getting the feedback from the camera, but you'll also be looking at it in the real world. So you don't always have to look at the camera. The biggest thing for the fans to know is that we're listening. We respect what they say. We're trying to make it right. And I think they're going to love it.